Welcome to part 5 of Mega Man 9, and we've just entered Big Bad Dr. Wily's castle. As you can see, the Jewel Satellite is still an overpowered god. Look, everything that was in Concrete Man stage, those things that pop out of the pits, the boulders these eagles drop, all of it gets eradicated by the Jewel Satellite. These enemies with the shields will drop the shield or push it on you when they get close enough to you, but you can easily get out of the way of that. In order to move these things, Tornado Blast it, and it shall levitate and take you up the area. And Dr. Wily figured for his last castle, he might as well just put every spike he could find in it, because my god, this castle is just littered with spikes. It's ridiculous. The music here is also the most badass Wily tune ever. It beats the Mega Man 2 Wily theme, in my opinion. I mean, it just signifies that this is the final battle, this is the most epic battle of all time, this will determine the fate of the planet. Mega Man has a hard fight ahead of him. Not to mention there's lightning going off in the background. I mean, yeah, this is like the true ultimate battle. Anyway, here's the dragon mini-boss from earlier, but I don't want to use Black Hole Bomb on him because I want to save that for later. Just like previous Wily castles in the old NES games, you have to maintain your energy because they do not recover in the next Wily stage. You can't go to the shop in between every stage, and I love that because that's what made Wily's castle so dangerous in the first place. Though it sucks because, you know, if you can't beat Wily 3, you gotta replay Wily 1 and 2 the next time you play Wily 3. Like if you turn the game off and go away. The only way past this next room is to get past this moving lava fall. Now there's one or two ways you can do it. This is one way. You could freeze it with concrete and use it as ledges to get up, and boom, that's one simple way. But I wanted to go back and show you an alternate way to do things. And all it involves is our friendly dog companion, Rush. Rush coil, and then immediately, really quickly, rush coil, and you should be able to make the jump. I do that all the time, and it's a tight fit, but enough practice, and you can get the hang of it. I think that's like one of 3 energy tanks in this whole game. I'm amazed how little energy tanks there are in the actual levels. There was one in Plug Man stage, and I think there's one hidden in a cloud somewhere in Tornado Man stage. But literally, that's it. If you're looking for energy tanks, you're gonna have to buy them because they aren't lying all over the place like the previous Mega Man games. A little rough, but hey, it's not too much. But we finally reached the end of Big Bad Wily 1, and Wily 1 has a boss that doesn't require special weapons, all it requires is your good old Mega Buster. And when you get the hang of him, quite frankly, he's a little easy. There's basically 4 lines of robots who are pelleting these ball spikes at you, and the ball spikes will kill you in one hit, so you want to stay away from them as much as possible. Touch them, instant death. You don't want that. Sometimes the robots that spawn will be red, and they'll shoot a high-powered energy ball that will knock the spike a lot farther than the normal balls will. And after a while, the 2 robots at a time will be shooting these boomerangs or these arrows at you. And it's easy to dodge if you stick to the top 2 lines. For some reason, when you're in the top 2 areas, the boomerangs are a lot easier to manage. I don't know if it's the angle the robots are in or what, but every time the boomerangs start happening, I head up to the top. It's a good strategy if I say so myself. But now it's time for Wily number 2. And I love that they brought back the Mega Man 2 Wily intro into Mega Man 9. In fact, they brought a lot of Mega Man 2 songs back into the game. Another reason I think it's the spiritual successor to Mega Man 2. Because they have the password screen during the main menu, which is, well, I guess it's the main menu too for Mega Man 2. Whatever. And I do believe there's another... Oh yeah, the Weapon Get. The Weapon Get is also from Mega Man 2. It's the same exact music. And the Wily 2 can be rather treacherous, and there's a lot of enemies that like to project platforms even though there are no platforms. So they fly around on the screen, they create a platform, but it's still not there. It's just a hologram, if that makes sense. When you get to that room I was just in, Tornado Behold is a good way to blow everything off screen because, man, dealing with that shit is annoying. Plus it's good because the bottom ledge is, you can't reach it just by jumping, so Tornado can always push you up. I like to use Rush Jet a lot here because it's good for just maneuvering past the whole area. Watch how quick Concrete Shot takes out... Yeah. I didn't even need to finish my sentence. He was already dead. And I refilled Concrete because I want to keep Concrete alive and well for Wily 4, and I'm going to tell you why when we get there, but it's imperative I keep it alive. When we get into the water, it's a good idea to start out with Laser Trident because there's going to be walls that only Laser Trident can destroy. Which is another thing I forgot to mention when we got the weapon get selection. It destroys green walls, but the only green walls are in Wily's castle, so, you know. I think now is a good time to mention it. I could take the higher path with the spikes, but I don't trust it. Plus there's weapon energy down here, so why not? This jump always pissed me off, because when I first started it, I didn't know how you get past it. You can't walk off and make the jump. You can't jump too high or you hit the spikes. And if you jump too early, you're going to hit your head on the ceiling, and then you're not going to make the jump. That's why I bought spike protection. I always screw up that jump usually. But I didn't screw it up this time, so lucky me. Again, I'm sorry if my run is a little bit speedrunish. I've been playing this game since December. I mean, I got it since December, and I've just been playing, because I love Mega Man 9. What can I say? It's just fantastic. I mean, I could be playing all these next-gen games. I could be playing Resident Evil 5, another great Capcom game. I could be playing Street Fighter 4, another great Capcom game. You know what? Capcom's pretty damn awesome. They've been shelling out good games all fucking year. It's awesome. Dead Rising, another great Capcom game. But I digress. I just love Mega Man 9. And when we debuted Fake Man Stage, I told you Wily 2's boss was in Fake Man Stage, and here he is in his actual stage. There's 3 stages to this fight, and he's basically a giant shark jet thing. The back compartment, which shoots out missiles, is weak against Laser Trident, and it's only open when there's no missiles on screen. So if you're being chased by 3 missiles and the compartment ain't opening, that's why, because they're still out there. Then there's the second form, in which you are fighting off the turrets that are dropping more missiles. Magma Bazooka is not only the weakness, it's also the only thing that really gets a good angle, other than Hornet Chaser. The spikes below the jet won't kill you in one hit, so don't worry if you jump into them too early. And the front is also weak against Laser Trident, but it also shoots gigantic lasers at you. But enough hits, and it goes down rather easily. Wily 2 has a 3-formed boss, but it's not that bad when you know what to do. Booyah! But now it's time for Wily number 3. I love that fucking jingle. Wily 3 is the last real level in the game, in my opinion, and it's really, really treacherous. Mainly because of things like this. This is a weird anti-gravity conveyor belt thing. I think he's riding along conveyor belts in the background, or maybe it's anti-gravity, but I'm not sure exactly. All I know is you have to use the Mega Buster to move yourself around. You can't move left and right. You're stuck in air, and Mega Buster is the only thing that pushes you anywhere. You take one shot, you'll go slowly to the right, and if you take one shot left, like if you shot to the left and you're going right, take one shot to the left, and you'll stay in still position. It's basically, just think of it like, 2 shots to the left, you'll go fast, and if you take 2 shots to the right, you'll be still. Or if you take 3 shots to the right, you'll be going left, but slowly. You know, you gotta think of it in that terms. Again, one useful thing about the Laser Trident, you can take out those Pineapple Joe, or whatever the fuck their name is, with the Laser Trident, because it will go past their shield. And it has so much energy that you can constantly use it, which is always swell. This is the one dangerous part of the game. It's the conveyor belt section with spikes. Oh, goody! Again, spikes are one-hit kills, but what I haven't told you is that they also have these crane enemies from Galaxy Man stage in here. You know, the ones that swoop down out of nowhere and drag you somewhere? Needless to say, I run into the one at the end here. I didn't mean to. Usually I don't. I don't know what I was doing during my playthrough, but I fucked up. I also missed the M-Tank, but I bought one in the shop, so it doesn't really matter. If you get caught, use Jewel Satellite real quick, and hopefully you can get off. But yeah, see you next time.